Hi guys, Crystal here with Kay's Corner. Now, I know that everybody loves some good, delicious breakfast. And one thing that I think of when I think breakfast is pancakes and waffles. So, I know there's a lot of the box options, which are great. But if you are out of the box and you are looking for some waffles or pancakes and don't want to go to the store to get it, or if you are looking for a good homemade waffle and pancake recipe, stick with me. This is quick, this is easy, and it's stuff that most people will already have in their pantries. So to use this stuff to make it, you need some flour, some milk, some eggs, a stick of butter, some baking powder, and sugar. So to start off, you need a 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, like I'm pretty sure I mentioned, I got this off of allrecipes.com. It is a quick, simple recipe, and I absolutely love this stuff. I make pancakes for all our holiday, on Christmas and Easter specifically. I make us pancakes and eggs and bacon and sausage and the whole thing. And that is what we do on our holidays. So I'm going to get my 1.5 cup of flour. And why I'm doing this, why don't you tell me what your favorite breakfast item is? I love pancakes, though. When I was younger, it used to be waffles. My mom used to make waffles for dinner, breakfast for dinner, and she would always make waffles, and they were delicious. But I've noticed that as I've gotten older, I have been preferring the pancakes over the waffles, but I still think both are absolutely delicious. So I'm curious to know what your favorite breakfast is. So go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know. Alright, I've got my flour, and I'm going to pour it in my bowl. You would think with the amount of time I use this, I would have this recipe memorized by now. However, I do not. So I have my trusty recipe binder that I use, and I just print off all my recipes and I stick it in a protective paper sheet and I stick it in the binder. That way when I'm cooking, no issues. My pages do not get ruined, and that is what I love. So I've got the flour, and then I need a 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So, teaspoons. Okay, after that, we do 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of white sugar. Now, we will not be eating this tonight. What I am going to do with it, though, is after I cook them, I'm going to freeze them. So that way, when we are having a weekend where we want a big breakfast, and we don't feel like really cooking them up on the spot. We already have them cooked, and we'll just have to heat up the amount we want. Or if it's a weekday and it's something we want, we have them ready. All we have to do is take them out, pop them in the microwave or in the oven, and we are good to go. Okay, now that we have all that in there and mixed, I need to add, first you need to make a well in it. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically just making a hole in the center of the bowl, and that is where all your liquid ingredients are going to go, your eggs, your butter, and your milk. So I'm going to put this in there. And give me a second. I'll go wash my hands. And I'm going to melt, because you need melted butter. So I'm going to melt my butter, my 3 tablespoons of butter. And while that's going, I need my 1 1/4 cup of milk. And there's my milk. Let me get my butter. Whisk. Alright, so I dumped my butter, my milk, and my egg in. And now you're just going to whisk it until it becomes the batter-like. And I like this recipe, again, not only because it's so quick and easy and it's everything I normally have on hand, but because my kids actually get involved with me in doing this. For their schooling, I've had them make their own breakfast with me supervising and doing all of the work that involves anything sharp or hot. But I let them mix it all up and get all the stuff, and they figure out how much of which ingredient needs to go in. So it is really fun to get the kids involved, and they have fun doing it, especially if you let them make little shapes. Like you can put it in a baggie, like a Ziploc baggie, and cut the one corner, and then they have their own little shapes that they can make with it. Or they can just decide to do their own shapes as they pour on. Like, I'm pretty sure my daughter made a snowman one time, and she had a lot of fun. But depending on the age, this is something your child could totally do alone, or something that they would do with your supervision. So now that everything is mixed up and ready to go, you can either grab a 1/4 cup of, like a 1/4 cup measuring cup, and scoop it in, or you can use a spoon to pour in your mixture. That way you can determine how big or how small you want your pancake to be, is what I'm trying to say. So give me 1 second here. Alright, so this is what your pancake mix is going to look like, nice and liquidy. And all you do is, I'm using my griddle. You can use a griddle. You can use a oven. I've done it spreading it out on the cookie sheet, or you can do it on your stove. But today I'm going to do it on this. Alright, what I'm going to do is spray my pan. Let that heat up a minute. And then I'm just going to start pouring my pancakes on. Okay. Look at that. Yum. Maybe we will have to do breakfast for dinner because these look so good. And so I'm just going to put these. I like to do mini pancakes, smaller ones, because I have littler kids and they don't always eat a full big one. So I'd rather give them a few little ones at a time instead of a couple or even one big one, just in case they don't eat it all. So that is why I use my spoon all the time, and I make these tiny miniature pancakes, and these freeze so well. I'm always freezing them, and while you're making these, I will not be today, but while you're making them, you are able to add chocolate chips or blueberries or strawberries or whatever it is you like in your pancakes. Now would be the time to do it, so that way it has that time to cook within. So you can either mix it into the batter or you can just put it in as it is cooking, like now. So yeah, I really like this recipe though. If you try it out, let me know. And if you decide you do not want to make your pancakes right now, say you want them on hand, but you don't want to make them all, or you run out of time of making them because you are on like a crunch time, jumping from one space to another or one activity to another, you can make some, eat them for dinner or breakfast or whatever it is you want them for, and freeze the batter. And then when you are done freezing them and you want them, I would recommend taking, if you're doing the batter, to take them out the night before and stick them in your fridge, let them thaw overnight. That way the batter is nice and liquidy and ready for you to do. And then I haven't done it, but I would probably just cut the end of the bag that I froze it in and just squeeze out the amount of pancakes I want and use them that way. You do get quite a bit of pancakes with this recipe. At least I do, but that's because I do miniature ones. But I would assume you get quite a bit of pancakes out of them. So you will most likely have leftovers. And like I said, they freeze really well. So yeah, I'm just going to let these cook. And I will come back to you when I'm done. Look at this. This is what 40 or close to it pancakes look like after you're done making. And like I said, we're just gonna freeze them, and I will actually show you how I do that. Alright guys, I'm back, and I said this is about what 40 pancakes gave me. These little, once my kids found out I was making pancakes, they, of course, wanted to be in on the fun, so they came in at the tail end of me making them and said they wanted to help me fill them. So what I do is I just get these little storage bags, freezer bags, and I write the content on them, which is, of course, pancakes, and I write the date I made them. And they will be good in the freezer. I think I've had them in there for, I want to say maybe like 3 months before I actually finished them all. So at least, I would say at least 3 months, if not longer. I try to never keep anything in my freezers, though, longer than 6 months. If it's reaching that 6-month point, that's usually about where I either use it or I get rid of it. So we've got these. The kids have just washed their hands. And they are going to take these and go ahead and you just fill them up. Let's put about 8.
One.
And like I said, this is another thing they can get involved in if you don't want them to actually make the pancakes, but you plan on freezing them.
How much do I have? 2.
Nope, you're up to 3.
7, 8. I got 8.
Okay, let's see what that looks like. You
8 is 4 plus 4.
Yeah, that's right, Lily. 8 is 4 plus 4.
Do I have 4 in here?
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
And I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. We are actually going to probably put a few more. Go ahead and put in 4 more, Lily.
4 more.
1, 2.
4 plus 4 plus 4.
Yep. Troy, you've got 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 12.
Yep. 6.
1, 2, 1.
7, 8, 9.
You need 3 more.
10.
2 more.
11.
1 more.
I'm going to make one more bag, and then you guys are going to both work together and put the rest of the pancakes in there, okay?
Okay. All that?
Yep.
And this thing.
Yep.
All right. I'm ready. I'm ready, Mommy.
Oh, no. It's 2021, not 2012. Oh, that would be bad if I didn't correct it. Okay, guys, go for it.
Okay.
Ready? 1,
2,
2, 3, 4.
5.
Guys, make sure we lay them in flat, okay? That way it freezes nicely.
You get the last 3. There are 6 more. You get the last 3, Troy.
Okay.
Bam!
Bam! Well, thank you for your help, little ones. Your mother appreciates it immensely. Love when you guys do stuff to help me. Okay, so that is how we do it. We take these and we freeze them. We lay them out flat, which I'm going to have to go ahead and do. And then your pancakes are ready to be frozen. So comment down below again if you haven't already what your favorite breakfast item is. And before I forget, while I was making these, it hit me that camping season is upon us. And I feel like these would be good. You could either make the batter beforehand. So make the batter and then put it in your cooler or your refrigerator or whatever you have and take it with you. And if you try it, awesome. And if you have it on a, like if you have like a motorhome or a camper, you could possibly just like make it right there on your stove. But if you don't, try it out on the campfire. I'm very interested to know if it would work there. I feel like it would if you had like a aluminum pan, like sheet pan, or just like some aluminum foil down. I feel like you would be able to do that over a campfire if you made it kind of like a stand to cook over and put like a pan down. So if you try that, let me know if it works because I'm really curious to know if it works. Otherwise, like I said, these are good to just make ahead and have on hand. They're easy for your kids to access. If they're old enough and are able to use a microwave, they can just pull them out during summer while you're working and make it themselves. Or they could make you breakfast in bed by taking and reheating these up for you guys. And that, my friends, is how we do our pancakes. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. And if you try this recipe and you like it, let me know down in the comments. And I will see you guys next time. Say bye, guys.
Bye.